Yeah, yes, let's
just talk comedy.
Yes. Shout out Jon Stewart.
Did Tony Hinchcliffe go too far?
First of all, I just need to say shout out Jon Stewart.
Why?
Because he made it so much easier for all of us comedians, bro.
No, he didn't. Y'all need to go. I told somebody else that. They sent me that shit. Go listen to the video.
Shout out Jon Stewart.
No, he helped.
No,
y'all ain't listen to the video.
So look. This is why I said.
You saw the headline.
No,
I saw the video.
You saw that clip. You got to go watch the whole 10, 16 minutes.
All right, well, the clip I saw, shout out Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Because Jon came out and he was basically like, yo, this guy is funny. He's a roast comedian. He's just, why the fuck would the campaign hire a roast comedian to go up on the show?
Now, obviously, in retrospect, having a roast comedian come to a political rally a week before Election Day and roasting a key voting demographic, probably not the best decision by the campaign politically. But to be fair, the guy's really just doing what he does. I mean, here he is at the Tom Brady roast a few months ago.
The great Jeff Ross, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff is so Jewish, he only watches football for the coin toss. Gronk, you look like the Nazi that kept burning himself on the ovens. Kevin is so small that when his ancestors picked cotton, they called it deadlifting.
Yes, of course. Terrible, boo, yes. There's something wrong with me. I find that guy very funny. So, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Now, when Jon comes out, left-wing darling, universally trusted and respected, and he comes out and defends the comedian, that's the shield that the rest of us comedians need. Because you know the second I come out, they're going to be like, oh, you would defend that. You love fucking racism, blah, 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 this, that, the other.
By the way, he had way more racist jokes at the Tom Brady roast.
But here's the thing.
You're supposed to have.
You're supposed to go in.
Yeah.
This is the thing with this, right? First of all, Tony's hilarious. Like, he is, in this set, he has some fucking great jokes. Here's the problem with this one. No. The Israel-Palestine one was great.
It was a good premise.
The execution was great. Palestinians throw the rocks. Jews are afraid to throw the paper.
You know what it was? It's one of those ones that starts off strong, but then it's like, it was just a weak ending. Like, it's like after he said the Palestine throw the rocks thing, it was just like, he could have came with something better, bro.
I thought the Palestine throw the rocks thing was the expected punchline, and then the Jews are afraid to throw the paper was the good misdirect. I liked it. Doesn't matter. Point is, the Puerto Rican joke, this is the problem with the Puerto Rican joke. It didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense.
There was no punchline.
There was an intended punchline, right?
What was it?
Puerto Rico. There's an island full of garbage or whatever, an island of garbage in the ocean right now. I believe you guys call it Puerto Rico, whatever. New Yorkers, right? Our perception of Puerto Rico is not an island of garbage. It's our first trip, like an exotic Caribbean vacation. That's often our first trip. I remember going to Puerto Rico for the first time.
It's a beautiful island.
Obviously Al's biased. He's never been, but
Alex better. What did Alex say on Flagrant?
He didn't say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he texted me something different.
Okay, well, we're going to see.
I'll stand on that, too.
So look, I want to hear the perspective. This is the problem with the joke. The audience is like, garbage, huh? Like, no, that's not what Puerto Rico is. We like Puerto Rico.
Yes.
We appreciate Puerto Rico. It was almost as if he was speaking of Puerto Ricans like they were illegal immigrants, like from Mexico
part of
or
America.
Exactly. So the audience responded in kind. I don't think anybody's talking about this. The audience at the Nazi rally goes, huh? What's going on? Like, they're confused. They don't like it. They're like, ooh. It just felt weird to them. But once that joke is said, everything is framed behind that joke. The joke just doesn't make sense. But Tony's hilarious, and he has hilarious jokes there, and he is a roast comedian, phenomenal at it. You guys saw him at the fucking roast of Tom Brady. So naturally, he's going to go out there and he's going to try to go hard. He's not going to pussyfoot around and do PG jokes. So you could make the argument, which I think Jon made, which is like, this was wrong of the Trump campaign 12 days before the election to not at least vet the jokes. It was a foolish thing for them to do.
Politically, it was so stupid.
It was stupid.
It was ridiculous. And that's my whole thing. Like, then Trump turned around and said, I don't even know this motherfucker. Trump turns around and goes, I don't even know who this fucking guy is.
So you have this big event at Madison Square Garden. It went on for hours. I don't even know if you were there for the whole thing. I don't know what time you got there. I was told and made aware that you had no idea about this comedian who made comments.
I have no idea who he is. Somebody said there was a comedian that joked about Puerto Rico or something, and I have no idea who he is. Never saw him, never heard of him, and don't want to hear of him.
To be honest with you, I believe that.
No.
I believe that. What? Do you think genuinely, before we sat down with him, genuinely that he knew who we were? Genuinely.
Well, he
knew
said,
of you.
No, he did. He said his son helped him pick. He said his son helped him pick all his podcasts.
That's
what
he
he
doesn't
said.
even
Like,
say
I don't
that.
think he consumed any content, but I think he knew of you.
I don't think he knew who I was or who we were before we had that conversation. If I'm being completely honest,
I believe that. I can tell, but you can tell he didn't, because he didn't even say nobody's name in the beginning.
But the amount of times that
you know what I'm saying, like
the amount of times that John Jr. would like your post or your
no.
vids,
The kids,
you don't think he ever showed Dad like, oh, look at this funny
He
guy.
might have showed him, but I'm sure he looks at a million things and he doesn't necessarily connect. That's my perspective, right? Like, I don't think, for example, I don't have the arrogance or hubris to assume Kamala has watched any video I've done where I've did a rant or anything like that. I assume
you'll see if you get audited. If
there
she
we
wins.
go. There we go. Exactly. MAGA! Yo, you scared this. You just changed my vote.
Like, nah, like,
you just changed my vote.
Like, no,
Yo, you just changed my vote.
I'm gonna say no. We don't have to deport that one. Okay. So go ahead.
So I don't think that he had any clue. I genuinely don't think that he knows these things. I think it's below his level of like consumption. I think he notices trends. He might have seen a video of a joke I did or a rant or something like that. He might have genuinely seen the video and then in one ear, funny, out the other, and doesn't really connect it.
Okay.
That's my perception.
Here's the thing about the Tony thing. Two things for me. Number one, it was just terrible politics from the Trump campaign. Number two, if you're gonna make those kind of offensive jokes that's bigoted, that's racist, that's sexist, they gotta be funny.
Yes.
They weren't funny, bro.
Yes. Well, here's
I
the-
know funny offensive jokes. Andrew Schulz is my friend.
Yes.
I know.
But he had funny jokes there.
I didn't hear nothing Schulz.
I thought
I'll be honest with you.
the Democratic Party is like the Diddy Party. Looks like a Diddy Party.
Here's the thing. You know what bothers me about them? They were predictable.
You're saying that they were coming at one angle.
They were like that. Yeah, like the Diddy Party. Okay, sure. Watermelon tropes. The one we just talked about. The Puerto Ricans have a bunch of kids. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
You know something that you do?
Yeah.
You'll go to someone's city
Yeah.
and you have jokes about them.
Yeah.
And now you can be as offensive as you want because you're saying some nuanced joke about that
And it's
particular
smart
people.
Yeah. and
He
funny
he
and
goes
something we never
to a
heard.
MAGA rally
Yeah.
and makes jokes about every other race except the race inside that place.
Hey,
That's the backwards part.
Alice has been wrong, but how about this? How about if they're already comparing this to a 1930s Nazi rally?
Well, that's the thing.
Don't go in there and say anything that could be compared to Nazism.
So that's the argument, right? The argument is this. The trap was set.
And you
The
felt
Democrats set the trap, which was this is going to be a Nazi rally, which is an absolutely absurd trap. Like, you look at it on paper, you go, they're calling, are the Knicks a Nazi rally when they go play every single fucking other night in the Garden? Like, just because you do something in the Garden doesn't make it a Nazi rally, right? The RNC's been there. The DNC's been there. There have been plenty of political events held at the Garden. There have been all of our favorite musicians. Some comedians have been there. It's been an awesome place. The reason you go there is because it's the most famous arena on earth, and you're trying to make a statement, right? You're trying to make a statement. If you perform there, then you are one of the greats at your craft, and you have momentum and excitement. And that was the statement that was trying to be made. The Democrats they know the power of doing a rally at Madison Square Garden. They're not dumb. They're like, if he does this rally and it's sensational, we're fucked. Or not fucked, but they're like, this is gonna hurt us big time. This is supposed to be a blue state, and he comes and he fucking shows how many people are pro-MAGA in New York City. What? We gotta do something. We gotta make this radioactive. They go with the Nazi thing. That joke gave them enough meat.
Not just that joke.
What was the other joke?
Oh my God. Rudy Giuliani shit.
Oh, I didn't see Rudy shit.
I just saw
the
Elon. Pastor.
I saw.
Oh no, it was about 10 people up there. Here's my thing. Don't meet people's expectations.